Tales of Major Boris. Sunday, June the 28th, 2020. Dear Mustafa, imagine the following drama. A new Conservative government is re-elected against expectation. However, it is immediately embroiled in crisis. The main character is a superficially mild-mannered leader who is unable to contain the crisis. All the minor characters in the story become mired in some level of venal, self-inflicted scandal until a young, dashing saviour turns up to offer a way out. This is, in simple terms, the true story of John Major's 1992 election victory and his ensuing government, and how, after the debacle of the ERM collapse, it spent its 4 years in office rudderless and lurching from one event to event. Eventually it was ousted by the arrival of Cool Britannia under the slick banner of Blair. Today it feels that we are watching a rerun of that 90s drama. There are, of course, many differences. In 1992, the City of London was at the start of its massive expansion phase, with the London Interbank Offered Rate, LIBOR, as its main anchor. Economically, under the cautious chancellorship of Kenneth Clarke, the Blair government inherited an economy in solid shape. Today the landscape is different. The City of London is looking nervously at the Brexit negotiations, and LIBOR is being replaced with an American version, the Secured Overnight Finance Rate, SOFR, with the likely diminution of London's preeminence. Also, the opposition Labour Party has yet to prove itself to be a worthy government in waiting. Prior to becoming snared in COVID-19, Boris Johnson was a technicolor politician. Today, he reflects John Major's shades of grey. His earlier confidence and ebullience has now been tempered with indecisiveness. The ERM departure was humiliating for the government, but the city had the winds of globalisation and financialisation at its back. The nation, although admittedly mainly the southeast, benefited greatly. Brexit and COVID combined are a much more toxic brew, and the response to both events from all political leaders has been confusion, paralysis, and waffling. If we are to watch a rerun of the 1990s, perhaps we could get all the episodes at once, a la Netflix, so we can binge-watch the whole series and get it out of our system. At least the first season, the Brexit years, should be our summer watch list. And as we edge into summer, it is equally unarguable that it is a further 12 weeks we'll be heading into autumn, and the second season of COVID will once again hit our screens. I am already dreading the new slogan, the new 5 o'clock updates, and the new regulations. This is all for a disease that we now know primarily affects the old and vulnerable. The data from the UK is stark. The median age of the people who have tragically died is 80. This means that the average age is probably around 83 to 84. Furthermore, 90% of those who have lost their lives have had an underlying health condition. This is in no way meant to trivialise the pandemic, but it does mean that, for those under 60 years old, the normal yearly influenza outbreak is more dangerous than COVID. Sadly, our leaders look washed up, and we are condemned to watch a tired 90s drama rerun. Time for some new screenwriters. See you next week, Chris.